Coming up on Valley View News, the deal has been finalized. The SAG-AFTRA strike has come to an end. Details on the historic deal and the impact to our local economy. Plus, a volcanic eruption gives Japan a tiny new island. We'll give you a look. And
immediately, of course, I wanted.
What would it be like if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was president? The actor says multiple parties want him to run in the race. That's next.
I was raised by women.
Hello and welcome to Valley View News. I'm Leah Villalpando.
And I'm Warren Lopez.
New gruesome details continue to emerge on the ongoing investigation after a woman's torso was found in a dumpster in Encino last week. At around 6 a.m. last Wednesday, a man looking for recyclables discovered a woman's remains in a dumpster and reported it to police. Now, 35-year-old Samuel Haskell is behind bars as being charged with 1 count of murder in connection to the crime. Authorities believe the torso is Haskell's wife, but they say the remains are hard to positively identify. Police are also looking for Haskell's in-laws. The investigation has been going on since last Tuesday night when someone reported seeing body parts in a bag outside the couple's Tarzana home. When authorities arrived to investigate, the bags were gone. Haskell is being held at Valley Jail without bail.
Governor Gavin Newsom has officially declared a state of emergency following an immense fire that closed a part of the 10 freeway in downtown Los Angeles. The flames started early last Saturday at a pallet yard right near the freeway by East 14th and Alameda Streets, where both directions have been closed due to significant damages. The fire quickly spread to nearby storage yards and immersed both ends on 14th Street. More than 160 firefighters worked to contain the flames. 3 buildings were saved, but officials say the freeway's guardrails were melted and damaged. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass says it could take several weeks for repairs to be completed.
So Angelinos, we're going to have to stay informed so that we know what's going on. Listen to the news. Assessments will be done all night about this situation.
Governor Newsom is making sure the freeway remains a top priority, and there will be support for whatever Mayor Bass and the county needs. The freeway will remain shut down between Alameda Street and Santa Fe Avenue in both directions. In the meantime, officials say commuters should seek alternative routes. The cause of the fire still remains under investigation.
It never hurts to do any type of wildfire prevention to avoid potential disasters for you and your family. Valley View News' Lysandra Vera shows the best way to prepare for a fire.
As wildfires and house fires continue to threaten lives and property, authorities say it's crucial to have a well-thought-out evacuation plan to make sure you and your family are safe. Recent years have seen a significant increase in wildfires. In 2022 alone, over 7,000 wildfires were reported, resulting in vast destruction and loss of life in California. The latest strong and dry Santa Ana winds pose the potential to worsen high fire danger. Captain and Superintendent for the San Bernardino County Fire Department, Travis Middleton, says protecting yourself and your loved ones from a potential fire may be simpler than you think.
Annual grasses that grow, so clearing out that and creating that defensible space. You shouldn't have piles of wood next to your house or anything in that matter.
Van Holten recommends checking the fire extinguishers and installing smoke detectors in key areas of your home, checking them regularly, and replacing their batteries as needed to avoid something like
not using anything that causes sparks, I guess, like any just lawnmower equipment, stuff like that, being careless with any fuel source.
When you're talking about extension cords, if it doesn't have a surge protector on it, so that if there is a break in the circuit or something goes wrong within that line, you have a surge protector.
By taking proactive steps to help protect our homes and our communities, it may reduce the chances of experiencing the devastating impact of a wildfire. Remember, a little prevention can go a long way of keeping us safe. I'm Lysandra Vera, Valley View News.
Lysandra, thank you. A part of history was destroyed this past week when a Tustin hangar caught on fire. The fire happened last Tuesday, but reignited last Saturday. City officials declared a local state of emergency because of the poor air quality and contained asbestos and toxins. Many nearby parks and schools closed because the air quality was so harmful. The hangars have been a Tustin Marine Corps Air Station since World War II and stand 17 stories tall and 1,000 feet long. The fire is still under investigation and no injuries have been reported.
After 118 days, the Hollywood actors' strike is officially over, and we're now getting more details of the historic deal with Hollywood studios. SAG-AFTRA's national board says the tentative deal stands at $1 billion in wages, benefit plan funding, casting guidelines, relocation allowances, as well as a private 80-page agreement. Protection and consent rights around AI have also been addressed by the union. SAG-AFTRA President Fran Drescher has already hinted at what will come next ahead of the 2026 negotiations with studios. Ratification voting begins Tuesday, November 14th, and will go on until the first week of December.
A Los Angeles City Council member is taking action to allow street vendors along the Hollywood Walk of Fame. As Valley View News' Herrera reports, many street vendors say they support the initiative to help improve street vending policies across LA.
Street vendors are currently banned from selling legally on Hollywood Boulevard, but that could change soon. Councilmember Hugo Martinez recently introduced a motion that would lift the ban from certain no vending zones in that area. Inez Juarez is a street vendor that has been selling for several years. She says her work is important to communities and should be allowed. Give them an opportunity to grow their job in the streets in a healthy way, working, no drugs, not stealing, nothing. Simply, we dedicate ourselves to work in the streets and sell like God sends us. And that's just the goal, selling without any issues. The no vending zone in Hollywood was implemented back in 2018, where street vending is illegal. But the new motion would remove the no vending zone on Hollywood Boulevard. And according to Councilmember Martinez, would, quote, allow hardworking vendors to avoid devastating and arbitrary fines and fees that can devastate their economic well-being, while also promoting a more culturally vibrant Hollywood Boulevard.
Street vendors are considered an essential part of many communities. Now, these streets are one step closer to being permanent on Hollywood Boulevard.
I think it'll help them a lot, give them more confidence to actually come out here and sell, because they probably otherwise, they think they're going to get arrested, so that keep them away from that down here. But it's a lot of business to be made, so they should definitely be able to do it.
The motion was approved by a city council committee and will now move forward to the Public Works Committee, which may officially allow street vendors to sell their goods in that area. From Hollywood, I'm Alina Herrera, Valley View News.
Ali, thank you. The FBI and the Postal Service are investigating suspicious letters that were sent to election offices in 5 states, some even containing fentanyl. Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, and Georgia were all states that received these letters that contained unknown powdery substances, some fentanyl and others baking soda. In states like California and Georgia, the Postal Service was able to intercept the mail before it arrived. But in others, certain county election offices had to be closed after the envelopes arrived and even delayed ballot counting. One of the letters read the words, "End elections now," but the motive behind these letters has not yet been determined.
The countdown is on again. Congress has until November 17th to send a funding plan in order to avoid a government shutdown, and House Republicans have announced their plan. Newly elected Speaker of the House Mike Johnson unveiled a 2-step plan extending government funding for some government programs until January 19th and continuing funding for the others until February 2nd. The first bill would include money for military construction, veteran affairs, House and Energy Department, and transportation, while the second would cover the rest of the government programs. Typically, lawmakers extend funding until a certain date for all programs, making this an unusual move. But in a statement, Johnson said that this 2-step plan is a necessary bill to place House Republicans in the best position to fight for conservative victories.
It's a story of David versus Goliath, 2 local business owners in a struggle with what they say is a decades-old city code and a faulty alarm. Valley View News' Lauren Hanna tells us more.
I feel like I want to give up, but this is my family business. I can't.
When a system designed to protect your investments causes your restaurant to lose money.
The bill came out $10,000, and they want me to pay for it.
That's how much the city of Santa Clarita is charging Julie Ungamrum and her son Mike for false alarm calls made by a system they say is faulty. These documents show a history of responses made to Crazy Hot Chicken in Canyon Country. And now the city wants the owners to pay up.
I try so hard to make it happen, but we're still underwater.
It's all part of a 25-year-long effort by the city of Santa Clarita to reduce the number of times law enforcement responds to false burglar alarms. These documents state the city wants to recoup the cost of the responses.
She's been losing sleep, and she's just been up trying to figure out how to get this done.
When the duo bought the restaurant, the alarm company, ADT, told them the already installed security system was still good to use. Turns out this wasn't the case. In the past year, the Sheriff's Department responded to 16 false calls triggered by their faulty alarm. But the Ungamrooms haven't lost all hope. They've turned to social media to ask the community for help.
They'll bill you the $10,000 and just be like, well, I'm sorry you got robbed, but we're ADT. This is our form of security.
A lot of people saw that and they feel sorry for us.
The mother and son want ADT to fix the system and for the city to reevaluate their program. We reached out to ADT but did not get a response.
She came here, had the American dream, and now this billion-dollar company is just trying to crush it.
Now, the business owners haven't found a path forward yet, but that doesn't mean they plan on giving up anytime soon. Reporting in Santa Clarita, I'm Lauren Hanna, Valley View News.
Thank you, Lauren. Nearly 2,000 alumni of Ivy League Harvard University say they will withhold donations to the school until Harvard takes action to address anti-Semitism on campus. It is all part of the challenges to colleges across the U.S. in addressing hate speech and anti-Semitism caused by the Israel-Hamas war. The Harvard College Jewish Alumni Association group is asking for the school to recognize their alumni association as a formal special interest group and share concrete plans to ensure the protection of Jewish students on campus.
Coming up on Valley View News, more than 300,000 people joined a pro-Palestinian rally in London, and Robert De Niro's company is found liable in a gender discrimination lawsuit. How much his company has to pay. We'll give you the details when we come back.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Welcome back. Let's travel to news overseas. Daniel Herrera is in our digital media center with the latest international updates. Daniel?
War in Gaza continues as fighting rages near Al-Shifa Hospital. Israel claims they were helping babies and others evacuate. Health officials and people inside rejected these claims, saying fighting continued just outside the facility. The health ministry says fuel for the hospital's last generator ran out, leading to the deaths of 3 premature babies and 4 other patients, with another risk of 36 babies dying. Israel's military says 79 gallons of fuel was placed near Al-Shifa to power incubators for premature babies, but the fuel has not been taken. A Hamas health ministry spokesperson says it is not enough to operate the generator for an hour and is a mockery. A pro-Palestine rally in London had a whopping turnout of around 300,000 people. Police say they arrested at least 126 of the counter-protesters for attempting to confront the marchers. 82 people were arrested earlier to prevent a breach of the peace. Several chants were heard at the rally, including Free Free Palestine and Ceasefire Now. One pro-Palestine protester told CNN she was surprised at the hypocrisy of those supporting Ukraine, but not Palestine, and that some politicians may be on their side but are too afraid to speak. And officials in Iceland declared a state of emergency. Authorities advised residents to evacuate Grindavik following a nearly 800 earthquakes that were recorded between midnight and 2 p.m. last Friday. The intense wave of quakes is linked to a possible volcanic eruption. Iceland's Civil Protection Agency says a forming magma tunnel in the southwest of the country could reach Grindavik, but that it is still impossible to tell where and if the magma might break through the surface. There has been an eruption almost every year since 2021, the latest one in July, south of Iceland's capital. The island is home to 32 active volcanoes. More on volcanic eruptions. A rare birth of a tiny new island in Japan was caused by an undersea volcanic eruption. Experts say the island may not last very long. According to the Japan Meteorological Agency's volcanic division, ash and rocks piled up on the shallow seabed with its tip rising above the sea surface. The new island is about 100 meters in diameter and as high as 66 feet above the sea. Experts are still analyzing the developing island and are saying it could survive longer if it is made of lava or something more durable. And that's the very latest from the Digital Media Center. I'm Daniel Herrera, back to you in the studio.
Daniel, thank you. Social media is abuzz over what happened to be a confused President Biden. Video shows Biden appearing to forget what he was supposed to be doing at the official Veterans Day Memorial at Arlington National Cemetery this past weekend. After laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier, the president appeared unsure of what to do. He waited for a service member to give him a signal or cue of where to go before returning to the line.
Thousands lined the route of the San Fernando Valley Veterans Day Parade last weekend. I had the chance to attend the parade, billed by organizers as Los Angeles County's largest Veterans Day event. Thousands of people gathered in San Fernando Saturday morning to celebrate the biggest Veterans Day event in Los Angeles County. San Fernando Veterans Day Parade honors those who have served, and families come out every year, like Robert Alanice's.
My grandpa, Ralph Alanice, my cousin Javier Carrillo, and my cousin Fred Flores, they were Marines, and my grandpa was an Air Force veteran. So we come out here to support them. My cousin Fred Flores organizes the parade, so I come in to support him.
While this event is a celebration for families, for some it's also a reunion. Richard Daniels is a veteran who traveled down to the parade all the way from Lancaster in hopes of seeing his friends and close ones one more time.
And I wanted to see, a lot of my old friends, which I probably won't see again. If they don't die, I probably will next 2-3 years or whatever it be. And health is not getting any better. It's harder to get around and stuff. So, but I did want to come and see. Hopefully, a lot of friends.
In addition to gatherings, this year's parade included appearances from LA Mayor Karen Bass, several council members, and marches from several schools in the valley. But Alexander Trin, a Veterans Affairs volunteer, says that support for veterans shouldn't just happen on holidays.
We should celebrate, not just today, but every day, and for a good reason, because these veterans deserve so much of the support for what they do, and we got to do a better job at that.
Today marks the 20th anniversary of San Fernando's annual Veterans Day Parade, and as you can see, the community continues to come out to celebrate those who have served. Thank you to all our veterans. Reporting from San Fernando, I'm Leah Villalpando, Valley View News.
If you're looking for a sight out of this world, NASA has found one for you. A new telescope designed to create the most detailed 3D map of the universe just took its first photos. The telescope offers a fresh perspective of the universe by capturing 1,000 galaxies with the Perseus cluster and more than 100,000 additional distant galaxies in the background in a single image.
One may say having a disability keeps you from doing the things you love. Valley View News' Daniel Herrera tells us about how one amputee surfer turned the world into his oyster.
Life has its ups and downs, just like waves in an ocean. For 41-year-old Fabrizio Passetti, overcoming a life-changing moment provided him with a new sense of purpose.
I had the accident in motorbike when I was 17 years, and I lost my leg when I was 18 years because the doctor made me the amputation the day my birthday.
His love for surfing began when he was 10 years old. After growing up in Genoa, Italy, his family moved to a town called Varazze. one of the most popular spots to surf, in order to help Bassetti chase his dream.
Depression took Bassetti to the deep end just 23 years ago when he was given the news that his leg would have to be amputated.
The surfer felt his world crumble to pieces when the doctor told him it was best to stay away from the ocean.
The surf is anything. When I'm really happy just only when I stay in the middle of the ocean with a friend or with myself. And I no stress, I forget anything around me.
Yeah, nothing's impossible. So.
Nothing is impossible. It's too hard, but nothing is impossible for sure. I feel much better.
The solution to his unforgettable tragedy came recently after the Challenge Athletes Foundation reached out to the Channel Islands Prosthetics Orthotics to donate a $50,000 waterproof custom-built leg.
I try to inspiring the people, like me, have the young people, the new generation.
In Huntington Beach, I'm Daniel Herrera, Valley View News.
Daniel, thank you. A new international study indicates that the popular weight loss drug Wegovy helps reduce the risk of serious heart problems by 20%. And now experts say it could change the way doctors treat their heart patients. Wegovy may potentially be used as a crutch for preventing heart attacks, strokes, or other heart-related issues. The study's lead author, Dr. Michael Linkoff, says this medication will help reduce cardiovascular events rather than help weight loss. Participants of the study range from at least 17,500 individuals across 41 countries, each suffering from a heart condition. The product will serve as an injectable medication to aid obesity. The maker of Wegovy has now asked the FDA include heart benefits on a medication's label. And when we come back, Lionel Messi has celebrated after winning his 8th Ballon d'Or trophy, crowning him the best soccer player in the world again. Also, Disney released its most watched trailer for Inside Out 2. We'll give you a look. Stay with us.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Former NFL player DJ Hayden is dead following a violent two-car crash in downtown Houston. The collision happened last Saturday night and killed 6 people and left 2 others injured after a black Chrysler ran a red light. The driver of the black sedan died, as well as a pedestrian who was on the sidewalk. 4 people were killed at the scene and 2 others died at the hospital. Hayden was a former first-round pick in 2013 when he was drafted by the Raiders 13th overall.
The Los Angeles Chargers took on the Detroit Lions last Sunday in what quickly became a shootout. Chargers star wide receiver Keenan Allen finished with 175 receiving yards and a pair of touchdowns. And quarterback Justin Herbert didn't just look for Allen, as he threw for a total of 323 yards and had 4 touchdowns himself. The game came down to a last-second field goal from the Lions that gave them a 41-38 victory over the Chargers. The Chargers have now fallen below 500 with their 5th loss of the season.
Major League Soccer star Lionel Messi got a South Florida-style celebration for winning his 8th Ballon d'Or, which crowns him as the best soccer player in the world. The celebration was organized by his team Inter Miami at DRV Pink Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. Messi walked down the golden carpet laid out in front of him and lifted his world record Ballon d'Or award towards the crowd. He addressed the thousands in the stands and promised more titles for the Herons. The 36-year-old played the entirety of a friendly match to commemorate Noche d'Or, which ended in a 2-1 loss against New York City FC.
A jury has awarded more than $1 million to Robert De Niro's former assistant after they found the actor's company liable for gender discrimination and retaliation. The Goodfellas star was not responsible for the abuse, but his business Canal Productions has to make 2 payments of $632,000 to Graham Chase Robinson. During the 2-week trial, Robinson testified De Niro gave vulgar comments and tasks outside of her job title, which pushed her to quit in 2019. The actor says Robinson stole millions worth of property from the production company. Both sides claim victory, as Robinson's attorney says they are thrilled with the verdict, while De Niro's lawyer calls it a success and relief for the actor. His attorneys say they may attempt to reduce the award through post-verdict motions.
Actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says several parties have asked him to run for president. Johnson has long toyed with entering the presidential race and at the possibility of becoming commander-in-chief. He says he was caught off guard when several groups approached him about launching his candidacy last year. The Black Adam star also revealed that political power brokers have already reached out to try and persuade him to take the idea seriously. The Rock as president?
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe if he was his character in Jumanji, I'd probably vote for him.
Ooh, or the San Andreas one. He was pretty cool in that one.
Oh, he definitely saved the country with that.
But he should probably stick to his lane with just acting.
Oh yeah, Commander-in-Chief The Rock? Come on. The latest trailer from Pixar previews an all-new emotional roller coaster.
Who made the console orange?
Do I look orange?
I didn't touch it.
Orange is not my color.
Not me.
Hello? Oh my gosh, I'm anxiety. Where can I put my stuff? A new emotion.
Say hello to Anxiety. She's one of the new characters, or rather emotions, in the upcoming Inside Out 2. The sequel picks up from the 2015 film and focuses on Riley's personal journey as she turns 13. Actress Maya Hawke will voice Anxiety and join the gang of emotions. Amy Poehler, Phyllis Smith, and Louis Black return to the film. The animated movie will come to theaters on June 2024. Leah, what do you think of the new trailer?
I'm excited. I loved Inside Out. I'm so excited to meet Anxiety. She looks relatable.
Definitely. And she's not the only new character. There's a whole new gang of emotions joining the already 5 existing ones.
Wow. I'm excited for the movie. Hopefully I don't cry as much as I did the last time.
Oh, me too, definitely.
Roll out the red carpet as the National Toy Hall of Fame welcomes 4 iconic toys. Cabbage Patch Kids, baseball cards, Nerf balls, and the Fisher-Price Corn Popper are this year's inductees, with the Corn Popper being a special 4th winner for the Hall's 25th anniversary. The toys are on permanent display in the Strong National Museum of Play in New York. The museum's collections vice president says the inductees represent people of all ages. The Hall has inducted dozens of toys since 1998, including American Girl dolls, Mr. Potato Head, and rubber ducks. So if you could choose one toy to go, which to join the Hall of Fame?
Personally, I would pick Barbie to have to be part of the Toy Hall of Fame. But I guess to them, she wasn't enough to them.
Oh.
What about you?
I'm actually pretty glad with what they have. American Girl dolls were my favorite growing up. So.
Oh, they're so cute.
That's all for us at Valley View News. I'm Leah Villalpando.
And I'm Warren Lopez. For stories any time of day, see our YouTube channel at Valley View News and our Instagram page at Valley View News CSUN. Thanks for watching.